So much cussing.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the Comedy Workshop. I'm your host, JD. This is a comedy workshop, or the Comedy Workshop. It's a safe space for comedians. We come working on our material. We give assigned topics. We go around, do 3 to 5 minutes of our assigned topic. We all get feedback, try to make everybody better. And then we go around and do our own material. We'll do the same thing. We'll try to get feedback and tighten everybody's sets up. I'll give everybody a second. Go ahead and introduce yourself. We'll start with you, Michael, and we'll go around.
My name is Michael Cobenaver. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. You can find me at www.michaelcobenavercomedian.com. I am a comedian out of Northeast Ohio, and I'm really excited to be here again. What's up, everybody?
Right, owner.
My name is Elmer Kasimov. I'm hailing out of Toronto, and hopefully get to go to a show soon and stuff.
Cool. Jeremy?
I'm on lockdown in Vietnam, so yay. That's it. I don't know.
And like I said earlier, I'm your host, JD Dameron. You can find me on Facebook, Jason Dameron. You can find me on Instagram as JD Comedy Drinking. And my big thing is my podcast with Just Add Bourbon podcast. And with that being said, we'll start off with our assigned topics. We'll start with Michael, and we'll give him the floor, and we'll just go around, and you guys know how we do. So, Michael, you're up.
My topic was hot air balloons. And the first thing I thought about with hot air balloons was, any hippie will tell you, balloons are not for hot air. They are for medical grade nitrous. You generally run into hot air balloons where? At the county fair. Some 3-toothed Cletus is your only hope to go up about 100 feet or so and then back down safely. I don't know if I'm down for that, because it's simply, this is how you operate a hot air balloon. It's a really, really complicated process. The red bar makes you go down. The green bar makes you go up. I don't know if I'm trusting that fool. It's entirely too complicated an operation for somebody qualified to work at a county fair. You don't join the Mile High Club in a hot air balloon, folks. You join the 1, maybe 200-foot club. And anybody with a drone is going to see that. At least in the Mile High Club, you got a little privacy. There's a cabin for that. It's called the bathroom. There's no bathroom on a hot air balloon. So when you're done, hopefully you're practicing safe sex. Where's that condom going, folks? You ever been to SeaWorld? Those first 3 rows outside the ring, that's the splash zone. That was terrible. Don't laugh at that. That's awful. Yeah, hot air balloons. So effective, they had to invent airplanes to replace them. Airplanes, folks. Do you know what it takes to make an airplane go? A whole lot of engineering. Way smarter folks than me had to come up with to replace the hot air balloon. Came out in World War I for a spotter. And then they realized how ineffective it was because the Germans were really, really good at shooting people with sniper rifles. And that, folks, is my 3 minutes on hot air balloons. Don't applaud that. It was horrible. I had some good ideas, but I didn't have a heck of a lot of fleshing out there. A lot of work needed done on that topic.
I like that stuff. I did like it. I like the little kind of transitions you made. We mentioned SeaWorld, and I laughed at it because I drove by Marineland yesterday. Just
some folks are ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
I was thinking the Gallagher, like the same thing with the watermelon splash zone. There's a bukkake joke there. I think that's where I was going, like a whale bukkake.
Also, is Cletus in the balloon with you while you're joining the Mile High Club?
The 40-foot club, the 100-foot club.
Yeah, it's like a third of a mile.
Yeah.
That's like running. I was thinking that too. Like joining the 450 foot clubs like running the half marathon. Like that's bullshit. You can't brag about that. It's like, what'd you do? Run half a race? Woo! Oh, you joined a 450 foot club? Big fucking deal.
I jumped out of a hot air balloon before with a parachute, but it must have been weird for the guy that day because like he loads up his parachute with he loads up his balloon with all of his friends, and then like all of his friends jump out because they hate him so much, and then he has to land the balloon by himself. Like, you know, he thought he had friends. I don't know. But yeah, there was some good stuff in there, but I didn't take any notes.
I didn't get my feedback. I've got a few Facebook comments from a Facebook user. Hot air balloon stuff always works. Okay. I don't think airplanes were meant to replace hot air balloons. It was okay.
That was the Hindenburg. That meant to replace.
And can I join? Yo, are you in the group? Because I don't know who this is. I don't know. Like, I don't make the rules, so I wouldn't have a problem with it. But
Facebook user.
Yeah, Facebook user. I don't know who you are.
Everybody. My mom has a Facebook, so it could be her.
Yeah,
Don't
it
let her in.
could be my grandma too, but I don't know how funny she is.
Please don't let her in.
It could be the airplane maker seeking his revenge, or like, you know, here to clear these things out. I didn't make this for the airplane people, the hot air balloon people.
And also Facebook user. I don't know if like you probably don't have assigned topic, so it'd be tough for you to like get in on this. So good job, Michael. I think there's some stuff to work with there, man. Honestly, like we'll go on to Eleanor. Eleanor, you have the floor. Oh, I'm sorry. Carolyn has joined us. Carolyn has joined us.
Hey,
we all need to stop and praise Carolyn for showing up. Hey, Carolyn.
I was rehearsing another comedy skit with another group, so I was double booked tonight.
Good deal.
All right,
good deal.
all right.
That's the problem to have, right? First world problems.
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
All right, Eleanor, you're up.
I would admit to procrastinating and not having an organized set. But fuck it. My topic was feeding frenzy. So, feeding frenzy is normally is when a predator sees so much prey that he can't stop. He just has to take a piece out of every single one. Kind of like, you know, R. Kelly at the playground, or Bill Cosby whenever he sees a bunch of girls drinking, like I said, a club and stuff like that. More recently, New York Governor Cuomo at like his office. So you see so much prey, you just have to like take a bites out of everyone.
So many.
And yeah, there's a lot of them. Yeah, but unlike, you know, basically the most common reference to this is like sharks, because sharks take a bite out of everything, kind of like New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. Only the sharks only take one bite and then just leave. Christie's not gonna take just one bite. You can tell. And as a fellow fat guy, because I used to be somewhere in between Bert Kreischer and like Ralphie May, just one bite is not enough. My feeding frenzy used to be chocolate with bread. So like, you know, like Forrest Gump's like mom told him, I guess, like life was just like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get, but you know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get fat. You know, maybe you get diabetes or pre-diabetic or something like that. You know? Especially if you follow every bite of chocolate with another bite of bread, like I did. That was fun. And if you ever want to indulge for real, take a bite of milk chocolate and a bite of like a fresh salty bagel, and your blood sugar levels are sure to rise up. You might gain 5 pounds or 10 or 15, depending on how much mixing of lying on the couch you do with it. What else do I have here? Yeah, the other thing, while researching this, you know, it was talking about sharks, so I fell on the song Baby Shark, which I heard the first time just today. I said, you know what? I'm just going to listen to this. And it is kind of an inspirational theme. It doesn't like inspire you to like, you know, go out and train. It more inspires you to like, you know, maybe dive head first into some concrete. Like that. So that's where we're at. right now. So that's my 3 minutes.
Nice. All right, Jeremy, what you got?
I was thinking something along the lines of dating. Like you said, like the male shark will go and like take a bite out of everything. Like the man does the same thing. You just go take a little piece of everything. But then the woman would like feed the man so much food or vagina or shark fin, whatever it is. And then he gets so fat that he can't leave.
Okay.
Carolyn?
Well, I've forgotten everything else because now I have baby shark stuck in my head.
You did something right.
Yeah.
Be memorable.
Oh, okay. So I have a few things wrote down here. One, I really liked your way you started out with it. Want to take the self control where everybody's wanting a piece of something. R. Kelly. I felt like there was a Catholic priest joke definitely there, like a Catholic priest at Vacation Bible School or something. I don't know.
I wanted to do it. Then my mind went like, well, every other religion also has like the same equivalent. So I'm like, it wouldn't be fair because like I'm not Christian, so I wouldn't want to just shit on them. And then I'm like, well, I could shit on the Jews, but I also have to shit on the Muslims, and like it would be like the same joke every time.
So let me go ahead and say this: I'm not a Christian
shitting.
either, and I don't have a bit of problem shitting on them.
I know, but like, yeah.
But I don't even know if Catholics have Vacation Bible Schools. So I don't even know if that joke would work or not. I really liked the Chris Christie joke. I thought that was fucking spot on. That's perfect. And the box of chocolates thing, man, I think you ought to write it on out a little bit.
Yes, I agree.
Maybe I didn't understand that much, but with a box of chocolates, you know exactly what you're going to get, and that's fat and diabetes, and you may lose a foot.
Yeah.
I just, you can build on that thing. Like you can get a few laughs out of that, man. And just keep on pulling. All right, that's all I got. No, well done. Good job, Michael.
I love the Steve Christie reference, man. That was gold. Maybe characterize him a little bit and keep going with that some. And I felt that maybe you have never been married. Have you been married before?
No, I have not.
Obviously, because you would know that the woman is the one that takes a bite every goddamn day until there's nothing left. I liked it a lot, man. I really did. And that's really all I have to offer for you. I'm having a hard time hearing, but what I did hear, I really enjoyed. I apologize for being I'm such an ass.
There's some stuff there, man, that you can actually put into a real set, man. I thought that was really good. I really do.
For sure.
All right. Good job. Jeremy,
Thank you.
You have the floor, my man.
I didn't really write much. My topic was fragile. So I got maybe 6 jokes. So life is fragile. First you're dropping your baby off at daycare, and then you're given the I brought you into this world and I can take you out this world speech. Fragile. Guys, we see a hot chicken, and typically a guy would say something like, I'd smash that. And then the guy's the one with the broken heart at the end. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It's fragile, guys. Religious people still trust in their priests and their guys after molestation or pedophilia charges. And I think for some reason they think that they're holier than Swiss cheese. Not funny, I know. Like as comedians, we have a big ego. Like, look at me, narcissistic, some people would say. And then I was gonna do a Lego my ego joke, but it was something to do with waffles again. Sorry, that wasn't finished. This one's really bad. I probably shouldn't say it, but I'm going to. For Easter, we always colored eggs whenever I was a kid. And this year, sadly, my girlfriend only had 1 egg. I'm sorry, Jesus. Jesus is not real. That's where that was going. That's kind of an abortion joke. I don't know. That's all I got. I'm sorry.
All right, Carolyn. I don't even know what to say this one. Go ahead, Carolyn.
There's so many opportunities you missed with that topic about fragile masculinity, white fragility.
I had some things wrote. Yeah, I didn't have those, but yeah.
Because you don't have either, right?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so I wrote down just one thing, man. I thought you had a really good angle when you said, talking about guys saying, "Oh, I'd smash that," and so I wrote down a joke. I think it's kind of funny. Yeah, Todd, I'd smash that. Well, the rumor is you better smash it in 30 seconds or it's getting away unhurt. Because he's only gonna last 30 seconds. Like, you ain't smashing shit, bro. Like, you better do it within 30 seconds. I don't know. I think it's funny. But that's the only thing I wrote down. Michael.
Same one as JD. When I would smash that. Yeah, if you're an American male, you probably would. 70% of us are overweight.
Oh,
That's the only.
I thought you were gonna go domestic violence.
The only
You
tag
fall
I'm
on you smash.
Nice. I like that. It's good. Eleanor?
I on the smash that angle, I thought you were gonna go more like, yeah, but when a woman like replies back, like your ego is very, very fragile. So like you're pretty much like done with every response. So you can just put like a bunch of responses back that will kind of start the ego. I wrote down something to do with eggs. I don't know why I wrote Fabergé eggs. I don't know why.
Because she only had one egg for Easter, maybe?
Yeah. And make it like valuable or something like that. That's what probably what I was thinking.
Okay, Fabergé egg. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's kind of
fragile.
a baby, so I would say that's pretty. I don't know, whatever you said. It's pretty expensive.
It's definitely fucking expensive. Okay.
Yeah.
The Facebook user comment, Carolyn testing his male fragility.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah. I can tell you're
It's
upset.
okay. It's okay. Did not mean to trigger you.
I can tell you're upset.
We accept you. We believe your truth.
Yeah. You're good enough, you're smart enough, and doggone it, people like you. There we go. All right. Eleanor, was you done, man? I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm done. I'm good.
All right, Carolyn, you have the floor.
Okay. So I am definitely not in a good place right now, but that's okay. Just because I'm like have zero sleep and I'm like numb. So there's my excuse. But what I'm going to do is something that I planned because my topic was song lyrics. And I said, yeah, well, that is way too easy because that's what I've done for just about every routine was some kind of song lyrics. But I wanted to kick it up a notch before I knew I'd be coming in this like the state. But I'm going to, this is trial by fire. I would like all of you, including you, Mr. Facebook user, to just throw out some words and I'm going to just write a song about it on the spot.
I like big butts. Cannot lie.
Coffee.
Coffee?
Banana.
Bukkake.
Coffee banana.
Coffee. Coffee, banana, bukkake. Is that what you said? Give me some more words. I have no idea what you said. And I am just not with it today. But I can still kind of sing, but not really. I need some more words. Throw out some words out there.
Happy.
What's that?
Mortgage.
Happy.
Face
Happy.
mask.
Mortgage.
Mortgage.
Happy mortgage face mask.
Unscrupulous neighbor.
He's put on his face mask.
Happy. Wait. Sorry. Okay, I've already done like a million songs about face masks. Maybe I could dig one of those up. But
I bet you
Okay,
did songs about mortgages.
Jeremy, that's
So a hairbrush on a bald man, that's kind of like me. Never mind, shouldn't say that. So now Jeremy is going to sing along. Jeremy's going to come up with some lyrics because I know he can even better than I can.
No, I don't.
Oh yes, he can.
I'm not good at karaoke.
Or Elner.
Dark
time for you to- What's that?
No, if I could, I would. I'm super terrible at freestyling. Nothing will rhyme.
I'm sometimes I can freestyle, but today is just not one of those days because I can barely keep my eyes open at this moment. I can barely keep my eyes open. I can barely keep my eyes. I can barely keep my eyes. What am I gonna do?
I think we just wrote a trap song.
You think what?
I think we just wrote a trap song.
A trap song?
Yep. Just a bunch of mumbling, a bunch of words that have nothing to do with each other, and like some melody that from a box. We're good.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
Yep.
And I apologize that I didn't have anything real and that I'm having a kind of a I don't want to put myself in the same category as Simone Biles, and say that I'm just having one of those blanks where I just, have to bow out and say I just can't do it because of my mental health. But no, I don't want to insult her because to say that I'm in the same category as her because I cannot do a cartwheel. So I could try it and that'd be really funny. But,
No, yeah.
But,
Are you going to be
All
singing while you do a cartwheel?
Singing when I do a cartwheel. Well, I do not believe that I'm doing this and that I'm here and that I'm glad we're in a safe space where we can just be completely act like idiots with nothing planned.
Yeah.
And I have done I have done freestyle rap, but it's just not coming right now. So,
You can go like
Okay.
Simone and smoke some weed, and maybe it'll stir your rap juice.
I already feel like I'm just naturally,
Drained right now.
yeah.
That's
So,
okay.
Somebody's
but-
one step ahead.
So I'll just go on and go into my subject. Is that okay?
Go ahead, please do.
Do it up.
All right. So my subject I was given was progress report, and I don't have much either. I had a long day too. I ended up taking I'm in water. That's what I do for a living. So I ended up taking the state test today for water distribution license, and I ended up passing my state test. So that's a big deal for me.
All right.
Anyway, so progress report. I feel like when I'm in a new relationship, I'm really crazy about this girl. I feel like we should be able to give out progress reports as we get it 3 weeks in. Every 3 weeks, we should give out progress reports.
Yeah.
You're great at communication. I love your emotional vulnerability. You need to really work on the way you give head because if not, I'm going to have to take out Becky next week. And you could even go further than that. Like you're a terrible housekeeper. Or that I like the way you talk with the kids, or you're great at this and that. And that. I really just feel like progress reports are important, and I think we should bring them into adult life. Also, wanted to talk about the time my brother threw away his progress report when we was in middle school. He used to. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this at all. We used to have the tearaway. Every class had its own little sheet of paper, and he threw away one of the sheets of paper he got an F in, and my mom figured it out. And my mom beat the living shit out of him for throwing that away. Because nothing says I love you like beating the shit out of your kid and then not helping him get smarter. And strapping him with emotional luggage. And that is all I got. That's probably not funny, but. So,
Nice.
Michael, go ahead. Progress report. There wasn't much there to work with. I know, but I had a long day too.
Mike was muted.
Mike, do you have points for him?
I was doing the classic road driving and peeing in a can move. I did not hear much of that. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I was
Hey,
on a
Matt Props, bro.
highway at Wendy's, and I had to go.
Go ahead, Elder.
Damn, multitasking. Okay, so a progress report. I liked how you went with it. I knew that. I think there's so much in like relationship progress report. I think like obviously you started with like the right angle,
Yeah.
with like your head game is not on point, and this is what we need to talk about. But like because it's a progress report, let's go deeper into this. Let's go like we'll give individual scores on the approach, the form,
Yeah.
time on target, delivery, overall timing,
Uh,
dismount, all those kind of things.
yeah, I like it. That's good. I like that. Yeah. Thank you. Jeremy.
I wrote so like if you could have like parent teacher conferences every week
Talk to their parents.
that lead to the parents fucking the teacher.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
like
good. Yeah.
it's foreplay. Like maybe she's into like role playing or something. You don't know. I don't know. And then like I remember back when I was a kid, you're like, fuck, my parents are gonna kill me. How do I turn this D on my report card into a B or something better than a D? Like so you could talk about something like that. And then at the beginning when you said head game, like it kind of maybe will come off as mean to women, where you're like you need to work on your head game and work. So like list out some things that could be, I mean, head game could be man or a woman, but list out some things that could be a man or a woman, and then at the end say that, oh yeah, that was her report to me. Instead of talking
That's
shit
really good,
about her head game, you put it on you. You know, like she
Yeah,
told
yeah,
me
yeah.
that I
That
suck
misdirection
at
like
giving
that.
orgasms. Like
Yeah.
I can't find the clitoris. I can show you on a road map where Iowa is. Like I
Yeah.
know where the clitoris is. I don't know. You know, just make it about you
Right.
as opposed to her head game is bad.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's really good. Carolyn?
I don't have anything else to add. So
Cool.
Music
Cool.
lyrics.
So we will go on to our original material, and Michael, we'll start with you. We'll go right back around, man. So you have the floor.
Original material, great. I'm 47 years old, everybody, and the weirdest thing about being in my 40s is I used to know when I was done peeing. That's right, I knew it. I'd shake it, zip it, and go on about my day with great confidence. Nowadays, after 40, I think I'm done, and then anywhere from 2 to 30 minutes later, oh, now I'm done peeing. After shows, people ask me, hey, man, what if somebody sees that out in public and they point it out? Hey, you just peed your pants a little bit. First off, if you are the type of person who goes up in public and points out to somebody they peed their pants a little bit, you're a goddamn monster. Go home and stay there forever, never going into public again. You're a terrible human being. But this is what I do to make my nut. I am a professional comedian. This is how I pay my bills. I have no fear. I have no shame. I will look them dead in the eyes and say, I'm a squirter. Now, I did that joke pre-COVID. My mom was in the show.
Oh.
After the show, she said, Michael, what did that mean when you said I'm a squirter? Fast forward about 20 minutes later, she's begging me, please, please stop explaining to me what's a squirter. Obviously, we do not watch the same porn. Don't feel bad for my mom in that situation. I owed her for an awkward sex talk we had about 30 years ago. You know what they say about revenge, right? Best served cold. Took me 30 years, but I got her. Don't feel bad for my mom. She's a bitch. She looked me in my eyes, her only son. You can't really see it. I've got this glorious beard here that you cannot really tell. I'm sorry I'm in the dark, you all. I am driving. And she said, Michael, you look just like a terrorist.
A little bit.
My last name's Copenhaver, folks. Not Not only that, she's my mom. I'm her only goddamn son. She knows we're Germans. So she doubled down. She said, in fact, if I saw you coming down the street, I would cross the road to get to the other side just to stay away from you.
Oh.
So I looked my mom in the eyes and I said, "You're still gonna die, you infidel bitch." Because I'm a hard-working terrorist. I am loaded for bear. You can't just cross the street to get away from me. You got to go like 3-4 blocks down the road, lady. You're dead. She hates it when I tell that joke, folks, because that is a true conversation that we had. I do not tell joke. Oh yeah, I'm in the line at Wendy's, and apparently people think I'm a jihadist. Sorry, folks, just telling jokes. Shut it down. Yeah, that was not on. Windows wide open. I am in a Wendy's, and my companion just told me the people in front of us are freaking out. So I'm 47 years old and I'm single, and I know that's hard to believe, but nobody's locking this down.
Yeah.
That's right. Nobody's locking this down. I like being single, but the worst part about it for me at my age is nobody wants to meet the analog way. You just walk up to a lady. Hi, Carolyn, you're beautiful, and I'd really like to get to know you better. My name is Michael. I'd like to have some coffee, maybe go see a movie or something, maybe have dinner. I'd really like to get to know you better. Carolyn will mace me if I do that.
No, but my husband will.
6 feet distance, you son of a bitch. Get away from me. It's all swipe right, swipe left, swipe right, swipe left. It's all digital dating. Nobody wants to meet the analog way. So my son, he recently turned 20 years old. I had to have that awkward talk with him. You know the one I mean. Hey, man, what is Tinder and how do you use it? So 15 minutes later, he gives me this really cool TED talk about how to take a classy dick pic, and I'm off and running on Tinder. Nothing happens day one. About 28 hours later, bing, I get a message. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. I'm off and going on Tinder. It was a 59-year-old lady. Again, I'm 47. She said, hey, man, you're way too old for Tinder. I wish I was telling jokes. So I'm in the middle of typing, fuck you, you old bitch. And then I realized I did not send that message. I realized Tinder's for any chick, but just young dick. And now I choose to stay single. Like I said, nobody's locking this down. Thank you for your time. I'm about to order my food, so I better. Thank you, guys. I'm so sorry to do this to you, man. Like I said, it was a conflict. Fuck up. I thought I was doing Wednesday. I am so sorry, you guys.
It's okay.
No, man.
No problem.
It's all good.
It's Wednesday here in Vietnam, so you're on schedule, dude.
Yeah.
Right, Eleanor, what do you got, bro?
I obviously the sale was great. Like, I don't know if you prepared, if you have this down, if you're just talking. Everything was good. Everything was great. What did I have? I had some kind of tag, but I don't know if you need my tags.
Lay it on me. I'll take them all.
Wow. Shit. Hold on. Well, goddamn it. Now I don't remember. Oh, yeah. When you can't remember that you're, you know, you can't know when you're done peeing, like at the very, very start. Yeah, I used to be able to kind of shake, whatever you said, shake and leave, and then have like super confidence and dry pants. But now, blah, 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 blah. But you got to the same thing like later on, like using some other things. So, you know, it was like not super relevant. Well, good job.
Jeremy?
You have like a Sid Haig view to you, like a psycho clown.
Yes.
So
That's the
am I
second
right
time
with
you've been
that?
told that, bro. Right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
you
no,
can
no,
see
no.
that.
It's different thing. Go ahead.
People
I
tell me
wish I had $1 every time someone told me that.
Oh, look at his ear. Even more. You got weird ears. I mean,
And you
he
kind of
had
sound like
ears
that
as
when
well.
it gets close. Oh, goddamn. Like, come on. That's
And
hilarious.
then you said in the beginning, you're like, when I was 40, I knew whenever I stopped peeing. And now that I'm, however old, I piss in my car. Like,
Only when I'm on the road. I'm on a road trip. I'm an hour away from home. We just left
and
the
then
show.
you said your companion in the car. Was
Filming
she
the whole
holding
thing,
the
just so you know.
steering
I got
wheel?
Somebody had to hold the can, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Somebody held the can.
He's got like 3 arms, one to hold the phone, one to hold the can, one to hold the wheel, one to hold the
He's Ursula.
and then like you said, you there's not people that like if you go around telling people that you pissed yourself or whatever. Like I don't even want to tell my friends, hey dude, your fly's down, because I'm worried that like what why are you looking at my dick? Like
yeah.
you shouldn't even like my fly should have been down for days. You shouldn't have seen that because you shouldn't have been looking at my dick. Why are you as a friend, don't tell me that. Just let me walk around like an idiot for whatever, just
Good stuff, man.
Nice.
Carolyn?
Well, first of all, when you start going on that thing about your mom and her reaction to your jokes, I was like, well, I was just thinking about all these different ways you could go with that, just go on. And I was remembering that scene from, what was it? Born on the 4th of July. Oh my God, don't say the word penis in front of me. But just, if you could go like from one extreme to the other, and, like with the mom, which is like, oh no, we don't talk about that. And you know what? I right now I'm so glad I have girls, but and Jeremy went, oh, you said something a minute ago that was just yeah, about don't look there, and it reminded me, true story here. Well, I had a student who had he had some splotches on his crotch, and I was like, what do I say? Because if I don't say anything, then, he's going to wonder why I can't look at him. My face is all red. And if I do say something, he's going to wonder why I'm looking there. And, if I were in his shoes, because I'm a very empathetic person, I'd want someone to let me know. So I just said, Joe, you just spilled your coffee. And he's looking right and left. I said, no, on yourself. And then he jumped about 10 feet in the air, whips around and, runs out of my doorway. I was like, okay. I think I handled that okay.
I thought you said splotches on his body, and I'm thinking splotches are like skin. Why is your student naked and you can see splotches on his? I'm like, what the hell? What kind of teacher are you?
So I wrote down a couple of things. You talked to your mom about you had to explain to her what a squirter was. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
And you could have followed that up with like, Dad needs to step his game up.
Yeah, then she was like, well,
they've been married 35 years and she doesn't know what a squirter is. I don't know. Then you talked about your mother. She said she seen you walking around like that. She would walk on the other side of the street or the other side of the road. This is my mom, the lady who wiped my ass, let me suck at her tit. Maybe pretend I was a neighbor's kid when the preacher come around. I don't know. I don't know. That's all I wrote down. Other than that, I thought it was a good job. All right, cool. All right, Elner, you're the man.
All right, shit. Let's go. Fuck. Okay. I have a story that I don't know if it's gonna have funny bits, and then I'll have another bit that maybe at least I tried it before, so we'll see. So, talking about analog dating, I went out with somebody not off of Tinder recently, and guess what? This is what you get. So she happened to be a teacher, and she got all this sensitivity training, and I'm not with that because this gave some weird situations. So just after talking, explaining to her like, yes, I am from the Middle East. I also mentioned that yes, Asians are terrible drivers, and I don't know how this happened, but I'm somehow racist. Like, just because you're bad at geography and you don't know where the Middle East ends and where Asia begins doesn't make me a racist. That makes you bad at geography. What the fuck? Some stuff was like a little bit odd. I was like, hey, I have like a nice apartment that's kind of like in the nicer area or part of town. She's like, oh, are you like, discriminating against like the people in the ghetto? I'm like, no, I spent the first 20 years of my life in the ghetto. It's just nice to be not around the homeless for a little bit. Later on, she kind of explained like, yes, they're giving us all these kind of like, kind of like lessons about all this kind of shit. And like, persons of color should be like taught like this, and these are guys who should be like treated like this. So I was like, you're realizing like, oh, you guys can guess which color she was. Well, if you subscribe to that color scheme and stuff. But like, I don't know if I need a lesson about how to treat like people of color. What the fuck? And later, we got to talk about like, you know, what's it called, the cover letters and stuff that you have to do for like jobs when you have, you know, when you see a job, and job this explains like, oh, you know, we strongly encourage people that are black and Asian and brown, and also other people of other colors, and LGBTQ and other minorities and all this kind of stuff to apply. And I'm like, so are all these people in one fucked up group that you guys considering, like, do we all have the same agendas? Do we all want this job? Like, how are we in the same group? I don't know. And then also like the other persons of color is kind of like an annoying term. Like, so how do you want to anti-racistly treat me? Like, is there affirmative action towards me? What kind of other color should I be to kind of get the best deal here? Like, can we switch? Do I have terms? Like, if I come in and I'm like, hey, I'm this color, but I'm also plus queer curious, but this lady is like pink color and she's like whatever else. So I don't know if that relationship is going to go anywhere. Most likely it won't. But it got me thinking about this kind of like sensitivity training. I'm like, this reminded me of stuff from the army. Like, this is kind of like post-army, people from special forces units, they will go into like the security field. And over there, they're kind of clientele. Basically, they get clientele by scaring the shit out of them. Like, hey, your child is going to get kidnapped. So you're going to pay us 24/7 to stand around here and just look tough. You know, this is very much like sensitivity training. Hey, we're going to give you the intro to like slavery and stuff like that. Like, do you even know where the term slave came from? Slave is the word for Slav, right? So slave used to be like the Germanic people who would come along the Danube, grab a bunch of Russians, and then come down the Danube and sell them off to the people at the end of the Silk Road as slaves. Some of them were sex slaves, mostly the women. Some of them were like, you know, beasts of burden because they were big and they were Svens and all kinds of big blonde people. Those were the people that moved stuff around. That's where the origin of the word slaves come from. Obviously, she did not know this. So I don't know how this didn't make it the first session of the training session, because I think that's important. That makes a difference. But, you know, apparently the people that have all the, you know, sensitivity training black belts might have a hole in their education. That's all I had. I don't know what the fuck. We'll see what I can make of this.
All right, Jeremy.
You're on mute.
Can't hear you, bro. There you go.
One thing, 50 Shades of Employment.
Yes. Fuck yeah. Hilarious. Wow. And then they still whip you at the end. Oh, what happened in German? Shit.
I don't know. Carolyn, go ahead.
Well, I had a whole song about on the topic of critical race theory for my last, so you'll have to do a rewind for that. But
Okay.
I'm not trying to think of things more specific to what you've said. Some kind of good feedback, but it's one of these things that it'll occur to me like tomorrow. It's like, oh yeah, I should have told him that. So
Was your song a rap? And if it was it appropriation?
it was it was, you know, I was basically imitating your typical suburban Karen on what her opinion of critical race theory would be, and so you can probably imagine that. So that's my pitch for, you know, go look and see when I was more awake and was actually able to perform. So
Hilarious.
So I wrote down just one joke, and it's a joke I absolutely cannot do.
it's okay. No.
But I mean, I'm going to tell it here, but I
Whatever.
know I can get on stage and do this fucking joke.
How am I
There's
gonna
no
know?
way. But you know, she was like, "Are you discriminating against people in the ghetto?" It's like, no, bitch, I'm not discriminating against people in the ghetto. I just don't want to get fucking carjacked. Like, I understand I can't do that joke, but I think you can do it just fine. You know.
Oh, I would just say, I actually, I had an African American employee, and she did say something along the lines of, "Oh, such and such is so ghetto." And I just looked at her and I said, "Don't insult my people. We were from the original ghettos of Poland."
Yes, that's right. That's right. So
If you're talking about
still agree
original
that.
meanings of these words, then
Then we're the OGs, the original ghetto.
yeah, but yeah, we're the the original ghetto, yeah.
Yep. And JD, I forgot about this, but the line I had in there, which exactly for that part that you were talking about, was like a real thing that I actually told her. But like, I had like drug dealers throw Molotov cocktails at each other. Like, forget like
Right.
carjacking. That's like small.
Right, yeah.
We got some real.
So yeah, I mean, you can use that line all day, man. I mean, I think don't change away from that. Tell that shit, Michael.
Being a, I believe the term is honky of the middle-aged variety. I don't think I've got much to offer to him on his perspective here. Try not to get canceled, folks.
I honorary accept you into the Suicide Bombers Club. Yeah, today I shaved, but I know JD has seen me with a little bit more beard than this.
Yeah,
We're in this together.
that's right.
Jeremy too. Yeah, that's right.
I guess. I don't really have anything else going, so it's all right. I'm in.
Hey, it's okay. Here I am. I'm Jewish, and here I am with Germans, Middle Easterners, white men, and I'm just completely, bombed by last thing, and I still feel perfectly safe here. So thank you all.
I lived in Israel for 15 years. You're still Middle Eastern. That's still Middle Eastern.
As a German, Carolyn, that really makes me feel good and gooey inside. That you feel comfortable here with me. Thank you. I mean you no harm.
We come in peace. Okay.
But gooey only on the inside, sometimes on the outside.
All right, Jeremy, you're up, brother.
All right. Well, you guys saw my mask earlier. I wear a pink mask because I haven't had anything else of pink around my face for 7 weeks. So yay me. You guys, the Bible says to honor thy mother and father, and I'm looking across the Zoom today and I see so much disappointment. Mainly because I'm on Spotlight right now. Whoever did that, thank you. I got table manners, if you could believe it or not. My mom taught me table manners. When I was a kid, she says, if you can't say nothing nice, then you can't sit at the dinner table. And that was around the same time when my dad left. And when I was younger, I thought it was because my dad caught me playing with dolls. But later on, I learned that my dad just had really good table manners and he didn't have anything good to say. And so, like, as an adult, like, my favorite food is food that I don't have to cook. So I love to go to the restaurant. There's like no cooking, no cleaning. And then there's always free gum under the table. But of course, guys, I remember my manners, 3 chews, and then you put it back for the next person. So good table manners. I live in Vietnam and people are like, oh, you're so lucky to be living in Vietnam. You must love rice. And I'm like, yeah, rice is pretty good. Before I came here, I would eat it once a week. Now I eat rice every day and I'm beginning to hate rice. And when I'm not eating rice, I'm eating noodles made of rice. So yay. We go right down the street. We buy fresh rice noodles. They're still wet, fresh out of the ground or however the hell they grow rice noodles. And they put them into a plastic bag and sell them by the kilo. And we bring them home and we slap some soup water in there and we got lunch. This quarantine, 7 weeks, I've eaten 42,614 pieces of rice in 7 weeks. And 7 shrimp. I get a shrimp a week and I get a shit ton of rice. So like my neighbors in my building, they've been calling me Vanilla Rice. Doom, 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 doom. Vanilla Rice, racist. You guys, people ask me, they're like, is Vietnam like living in the movie Platoon? And yeah, it's not like that at all. It's more like living in the movie Apocalypse Rice. Because there's fucking rice everywhere, guys. I was on the street the other day. I seen two guys fighting, and one dude hit the other dude in the face. Rice everywhere on the street, all over. One of the main differences that I've noticed here in Vietnam is people speak English pretty well. Like, actually, some of them are better than me. So that's pretty good. Teacher, how do you pronounce this word? I don't know, Billy. So like the good thing about like bombing on a Zoom call is kind of like being in the US military, because I'm not even in your country. Like recently, billionaires been going to space, right? And I think billionaires are going to space so they could get like a sense of homelessness, you know, because they don't have a home. They're just floating in space. Maybe they're going to cure the homeless problem. Maybe they're going to spend a lot of money to like send homeless people to live on the moon. I don't know. Maybe open up a Amazon shipping station on the moon. Maybe that would be a pretty good idea, because everybody likes complaining about the guy who doesn't pay taxes, but then they like ordering shit off of his company. So it makes all sense. Let's give him all of our money, but let's complain about it. Guys, I'll share a link to my podcast so that you can not listen to me at home also. That's good. And then I got this last one. Maybe you guys can help me. I watch this movie. I watch a lot of movies, and I was watching a horror movie. The girl, she's running from the killer, and she runs upstairs. Of course, why would she run upstairs? But she runs upstairs into a room full of 5 black dudes. Different kind of horror movie. I'm sorry, guys. That's all I got.
All right, Carolyn.
Where do I begin with this? I was trying to think of somewhere to go with the rice, but I don't know. What did they throw rice at weddings there?
Sounds like they throw rice every fucking thing.
Maybe. I think so. Yeah, probably.
Or would they throw something like completely different, like you know wet spaghetti, or you know?
Maybe noodles. No, I've been to 2 weddings. I don't know if they actually threw something. I don't remember that. Typically, the weddings that I went to, I was wasted. Like, they got a Western guy at the Vietnamese wedding. All the old Vietnamese guys want to challenge you to a drink off, and they're just like, they'll be like, chop chop, and that means drink half of your glass or half of your beer. So these guys, and they'll cheers the shit out of you. And some of the guys are like, hey yo, cheers, cheers. And I take a drink, and then they set their drink down. So I'm getting drunk because I drink after every cheers. But some of the guys are just like, cheers, and then they'll put their drink down, and I'm like, that's not how cheers works, man. So yeah, weddings are a pretty good time. I don't really remember much.
No rice. Okay.
I don't think rice.
So I thought when you said you know there was a fight and there was rice going everywhere, like instead of knocking his teeth out of his mouth, like he knocked the rice right out of his mouth. And here's a training tip for everybody listening: don't eat rice while you're fighting. End of tip. I'm no Emmanuel Lewis. I'm no boxing training any boxers. But don't eat and fight. There you go. That's all I got. Like, that's always a safe bet. Don't eat and fight. But I don't know. I think you can use your own style, make it work.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. All right, Michael.
I liked how you opened up. You said people will say, wow, you really live in Vietnam. And then you can say, well, yeah. And then they say, well, I shouldn't be surprised. You do look like a POW. And it might be a smoother transition. It might be a smoother transition into your rice stuff. You say, well, I'd like to see how healthy and vibrant you look if you ate day, and then you go around. Dude, you made rice funny. That was great,
Yes.
and I really liked it. So if you want to use that transition, you're more than welcome. That's the only thing I could think of to maybe improve it a little bit. It'd be a smoother ride into your rice stuff, which is gold, man. You made rice funny. I'm fucking impressed.
Thanks.
Donor?
Overall, was really good. What did I have here? I had homeless test pilots for like the spaceships and stuff.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, that's good.
Solve the homeless problem. See on the fucking space.
that was good. That was good. Yeah, I had like a similar kind of material on this thing too, but like a different angle. But I love the homeless angle, homeless in space.
It could also, we could be sending like people with COVID, or like that would be like people like, oh shit, he got COVID, he's going to space. It's like a big deal. Like he's gonna have fun. It's like cool out there in space. Everybody wants to go to space.
Yeah.
Nobody wants COVID, but I mean, like you get something out of it.
Or like,
Social
are they
distance.
getting?
Yeah,
Yeah,
social
social distance.
distance.
Yeah, quarantine them out there. Is that how you do it now? They're going to do it now. Then don't have to worry about
Yeah.
infecting anyone else on Earth.
Are they flying up in masks too? Like, they have to wear masks on the thing?
Oh, it don't
They have to
matter.
get nose swab before and after.
It's a booked flight to the moon.
Yeah. The other thing I wrote
No
down is
masks involved.
because you were talking about like rice being everywhere, I was like imagining like, what if it was like another food, like an American food, like a hamburger, everything was hamburger, like like something like that. I don't know why I just thought of hamburger. I could only think of hamburger.
No, it's pickles. There's pickles everywhere, dude.
Yeah, pickles everywhere. Like you can be like dried fish or something like that for like another country.
There are
Like,
dried fish in some
yes, there are those little black dry fish. I don't know. I didn't realize they were fish at first. They're not good.
Oh, like the little ones, and you just eat
Yeah,
them.
the tiny ones that you put in the rice. Like I bought them by mistake. My friend's like, "You're not gonna like this." I'm like, "Oh, let me try." And then I was like, "I did not like it."
Yeah,
You was right.
I've eaten them before. Yeah, they're weird.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
That's all I had.
Good deal. Good job, Jeremy.
Thanks.
All right,
guys.
Carolyn. You have the
Okay.
floor.
So, well, since I can't freestyle too well, but I'm just pulling up an old song parody that I wrote back in February. That do we have any Trump fans here? Okay, good.
The fella driving in the car with me said yes.
That will admit.
I'm not a Biden fan either. I just want to clarify that.
Yeah. Is the
That-
fellow
that's
still
okay.
holding the cup?
So I mean, not that it matters, because if I offend, Trump supporters, I really don't care. But this is a song that I wrote about an old friend of mine who is a Trump supporter, but still a friend. I don't know about that. Song is called MAGA. Wake up, MAGA, I think I got something to say to you. You still support dear leader even after he incited that deadly coup. You eat up all of his lies and say he's the one who's been victimized. Oh, MAGA, I couldn't have tried anymore. He led you right off a cliff, and you backstab your best friend if he told you to, and that's what really hurts. A quick look would show you all the devastation that he's done to everything. But that don't worry you none. In your eyes, he's Lord and King. You laughed at his racist jokes and believed that COVID was a hoax. Oh, MAGA, I couldn't have tried anymore. He led you right off a cliff, and you backstab your best friend if he told you to, and that's a pain I could do without. All I needed was a friend to lend a guiding hand. But you turned into a hater and you sucked up to a traitor who sold us out. All he did was wreck your head. Now you don't care how many people are dead. Oh, MAGA, I couldn't have tried anymore. You still eat up all his lies and say he's the one who's victimized. He stole your heart, but you could leave him if you tried. I suppose we could shake hands and agree to disagree. But if you believe we're evil, then what kind of a friendship is left for me? It's such a grievous insult, knowing millions are still in his cult. Oh, MAGA, I wish I'd never seen your face. He made a first-class fool out of you, even got you to follow Q. He stole your heart, but I still care anyway. MAGA, I wish I'd never seen your face.
Nice.
Good. All right. So I wish I could give you feedback. All I can really say is I wish I could do that. I wish I had the talent to take, and make songs like that. I think it's awesome. But well done,
Oh, thank you.
Michael.
Good one. No, good song. Yeah, I like it.
Oh, thank you. I got a million of these.
I didn't
think Michael's
wanna-
on mute.
Oh, go ahead.
I think Michael's on mute. I don't know if he's trying to talk or.
Michael, you're on mute.
It had
Michael.
a nice beat, and I can dance to it.
There you go.
And,
Eleanor?
and his friends in the car saying, I'm going to kill her, right?
His friends in the car going, "Bitch, you can't sing worth shit." He did not like the song. That's all it boiled down to. He did not like the song. He said, and I quote, "You should tell her that I'm a supporter and I could have dogged him better than that." So he was just hating on you the whole time. He's
Well,
not the
I
one you want to
challenge
listen to. I
challenge him
like
to rap battle. I challenge him. Like, if he doesn't like, I want to hear this song. Yeah. If you can sing it to me right now, freestyle it.
drop it. What am I freestyling?
I don't think we should provoke the Republican. He could crash Michael's car right now.
He's in it. He's not that foolish.
I'm taking us all out.
Eleanor?
All I could hear, like,
Trying to sing.
Oh no, he needs a rap. He needs some lyrics. He wants to rap. He saw your skills early, Carolyn. So like you've already screwed that up. Like you can't. He knows you can't rap. He's already in on this battle.
damn.
Okay. Well, then maybe we're equally. If he can't rap and I can't rap, then I guess we're equal. Okay, go for it. I got some.
I got some beats for you, damn.
All right.
It's like Sway in the Morning. I don't know if you know what that is.
Wait, what did he say?
Starting fights on the internet.
Go ahead, Eleanor.
I was gonna say, like, the whole time I was picturing like Rudy Giuliani like standing there with like the shit like kind of dripping off of the whole song, and it's like I don't know if in my mind if he's singing this or if he's like getting the song and he's like just like internalizing all the shit as he's like suffering. But that's what I had.
The one thing you wouldn't do is practicing law in New York. I can tell you that.
Yeah, that's right.
Go ahead,
That's
Jeremy.
right.
Oh, that's all. I don't have nothing. I'm sorry. It's a good song.
Oh, good.
Thank
good, good. All right, so that leaves it up to me. I'm gonna try to do something a little different tonight than what I usually do, but fuck it, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna tell my virginity story. Eleanor's heard it before. I'm gonna try a couple of tags I've kind of worked up. So I lost my virginity at 13 years old, and I don't remember if anybody remembers being 13, but I was scared to fucking death to lose my virginity at 13 years old. We went to a party and we actually flipped a coin for a girl, and she decided I wanted the coin toss, and she was like, "Okay, let's go." And I was like, "You know what? If it's heads, I get head. If it's tails, I'm gonna get some tails. So let's go. Let's do it." So I took the girl back to the bedroom after we flipped the coin, and I tried to get a condom on. And I yelled back to my buddies. I was like, "Hey, this condom's too small." Newsflash: that condom was not too small. Well, I didn't have any idea how to put a condom on. You know, it was. So I ended up getting a different condom from my buddy, putting it on, and we had terrible sex. And I haven't got much better since then. And that's I lost my virginity story. The other thing I did for tonight is I've come up with some movie titles, and all I did was, well, you're going to see, I replaced one word in each of these movie titles. So here we go. Instead of James and the Giant Peach, I wrote down James and the Giant Penis. Instead of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, it's Honey, I Shrunk the Penis. Instead of Lord of the Flies, it's Penis of the Flies. Instead of The Last of the Mohegans, it's the Penis of the Mohegans. Instead of The Color Purple, it's the Penis Purple.
The color of penis.
Yeah. Instead of The Lord of the Rings, it's the Lord of the Penis. And instead of The Passion of the Christ, it's the Penis of the Christ. And I'm going straight to hell for that one. Oh. And that's all I got for tonight. That's all I wrote down. Like I'm just stupid. All right, Michael, what do you got, man? Oh, sorry.
With a personal story like that, I have nothing I can add for you other than, man, that was a funny story to listen to. Everybody's got an awkward sex story, although I don't think I would ever share that with anybody, because unless I heard you wrong, it started with I lost my virginity at fucking 30.
13.
Oh, 13. I'm like, holy shit, I would never tell that to anybody.
No.
Gotcha. Funny, though. Very funny, man. I love it, JD.
Thank you. Thank you. Governor?
Fucking the movies killed me. Like you said, like, you said like, oh, I replaced one thing in the thing. And I started like, coming up with ones. I wrote like, instead of Independence Day, I wrote straight Dependence Day. And then that was how lame it was. My mind was thought like really lame, but you had like, it killed me. I died like the whole time. It was all good.
Thank you. Jeremy?
So like your virgin story, man, it was so quick. I know it probably happened like that in real time as well, but stretch it out, man.
Yeah, that's
Give
what
yourself
I'm
some credits. Make it a minute or a minute and a half long story.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out, like, pull out all the feelings, all the anxiety that I was feeling, all that shit. Trying to make that part of the story. I'm working on it. I mean, it's a work in progress for sure. It's the second time I've tried to, I used the owner actually give me a line that I actually used. So, thank you, Jeremy. Carolyn.
Wait.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, like,
go ahead, Jeremy.
Just to be safe, you should have like a vagina rundown of the vagina movies, and some of the ones that I thought of, like Vagina 1. Then there's Vagina 2, Lost in New York, The Land of Vaginas.
Indiana Jones and the Lost Vagina.
Yeah. Indiana Jones and the Lost Vagina. That's a good one. There's Vagina Busters. That's where they go around and like they find these vaginas, and then they're like
Monty Python and the Holy Vagina.
Vagina Wars.
The Holy Vagina Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Swiss history movie.
Yep.
I like it. Good. Thank you, Jeremy. Are you done?
Yep.
All right, Karen.
So I got a couple things. Well, first of all, it's like 13. I mean, aren't 13-year-old boys like about like that tall, and they're like 80 pounds and like they're children. So anyway, I'm not judging, but I just sorry, it's the mom with teenage girls. I'm just like
No, I was scared to death. Like honestly, like for real, I was scared to death. Like I was like, but I had to do it because like, and it's maybe something that needs to be part of the story too. Is like we had all my buddies there. Like, you know what I mean? They was proactively trying to get me laid. You know what I mean? And like I felt this pressure to go out there and do that, even though I was so anxious. Yeah. Do I?
Yeah. I
I
think
said at
it's kind of-
13, your buddies are helping you get laid. That's some good friends, man.
Yeah.
My friends don't even help me get laid. I don't even have friends, so I guess
they do
that's
the opposite. They cock block most of the time.
Oh, when I was 13, I remember I was so excited because I was going to French kiss for the very first time.
Oh,
But then we both had braces, and I was like, okay, is it true that the braces can lock? And then like I was like, so anyway, you were bold to say that, believe it or not, I was thinking of a similar story to tell, and I'm like, and then I'm like, I don't think I could ever tell a story like that to anyone except maybe my best girlfriends in high school who were sick of hearing it.
Right.
So then my other comment was, actually my story would have been kind of funny because I've just like, I was like so naive, and anyway, but I'm not going to get into that. But on your other topic of when you said the penis of the Christ, and I started cracking up, and then I'm like, wait a minute, if I'm not Christian and I laugh at that, is that like, is that like a hate crime?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wait a minute, that was Mel Gibson. Fuck him. So
But I mean, it could be an educational story. It's still the penis that Christ did have a penis. It was there.
supposedly.
Allegedly,
The penis of the Christ. I need to see that VeggieTales movie too. I think so. Whatever. All right, cool. So this brings us to the end. We'll now go back around, man. We'll give everybody a chance to plug their social media, any shows they got, anything you guys want to plug. This is the time to do it. We'll start with you, Michael. We'll go right around.
You can see how to spell my name right there. Find me on Facebook. Hit up my website. Go to my fan club, please and thank you. If you like my comedy, the bottom of my webpage, my website, you can go join my fan club. I'm about to be giving away some free tickets every month to 2 lucky fans for virtual shows that are going to be stacked with very funny people. It's a brand new, like not a brand new thing, but it's an old concept that has brought a new via the internet. It's a variety show that really kicks ass. It's Sauce in the City. Those are coming up soon. www.michaelcopenhagencomedian.com. Big shout out to Kevin Eggleston for inviting me back again, and Scott Porteous. I love what you guys are doing with the Comedy Workshop. I love being here. JD, you're a killer host, and you guys on the cast tonight. What a fun time I had hanging out with you. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks.
thank you.
Eleanor, fire away.
You can find me right here at the workshop, Victory Cafe. Once that happens, I don't know, on the Mondays nights, and then Cowbell Comedy at the Toronto Music, whatever that is on the waterfront. That place.
Cool. Jeremy?
I guess you can find me here or another Zoom open mic. Typically, I'm at home crying because we've been locked down for 7 weeks. That's why my eyes are like this. I was crying. So it's daytime now. I got to figure out what the hell to do with the rest of my day because everybody's going to sleep. So I'll just be here. That's it.
Cool. Carolyn?
Well, I have my first live show that's not open mic in 30 years. September 11th in Tucson with Keep Tucson Sketchy. That's who I was practicing with when I came in late. And I also have a YouTube channel, but because of my job, I have to keep some of it unlisted, but I get to share with my special audience here. And Michael, your friend's gonna hate it. So, but there it is. So,
Cool.
Thank you.
My name is Jason Dameron. Go by JD on here, man. I really appreciate the workshop too. I want to, resound what Michael said earlier about appreciating the workshop and all you guys that come out on Tuesday night evenings and hang out with me. I'm the Tuesday night host, so next Tuesday I'll be back. You can find me on Facebook under Jason Dameron. You can find me on Instagram at JD Comedy Drinking. And my big thing, man, like I said before, is my podcast, Just That Bourbon Podcast. We talk politics, we talk pop culture. We had a doctor on last week. We're just trying to get out there and be heard and seen, man. And that's it. I'm going to try to get into some comedy competitions or something, try to do some shit because I had zero opportunity to get live shows around here, really. And I feel like I'm ready to roll. But anyway, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate you all being here. And appreciate Scott and Kevin for having this comedy workshop so we can all work on our funny. And until tomorrow night, we will see you when we see you. Y'all have a good night.
Good
See ya.
night.
All right.
Bye.
Sweet. Good job, guys.